So Deputy Transport Minister Mkhuleko Hlengwa says fatigue could have contributed to the deadly crash on the N2 near Empangeni on Mother's Day. He was speaking at the mass funeral of 8 of the 9 victims in Mtubatuba today. Phila Mthembu has the details.
All 9 victims of the horror crash on the N2 near Empangeni have been laid to rest. 8 of them in a mass funeral, while the 9th victim was buried in KwaNongoma. They died when a tow truck collided with their vehicle while they were heading home after a church gathering.
One thing we never lacked is uthando from our mother, and we are very grateful for uNkulunkulu kusasibusise ngomama onje ayana. Ube umama ukwazi ukubonga, ube appreciate uma wami noma ngabe into incane kangakanani, ube ibonga, ube umuntu wesifazane okwazi ukuzehlisa.
Emotions ran high as families struggled to process the loss and say goodbye to their loved ones for the last time.
Engakusho nje ikakhulukazi kunzima kuma wakhe akuyena omzalayo nakugogo wakhe akuyibona abathe mabezwa lesimo lesi bahlukumezeka kakhulu ngoba khona uma wakhe omdala lokho engakhuluma ngayo ngilanga phakathi ukuthi yena usesesibhedlela. Ngosuku lokuqala sizwa umbiko wengozi kwakuwukuthi bahambe bobabili bashona babili ngenhlahla ke uma sifika esibhedlela eVeleza ngisola ukuthi umshana lo hayi ungcono wena uyaphila.
Deputy Minister of Transport Mkhuleko Hlengwa says driver fatigue on the roads is concerning.
It certainly is a major setback on our road safety interventions. Yes, this morning I did receive a preliminary report from the Road Traffic Management Corporation, an entity of the department. What we do is that a major accident classified with 5 casualties or more, we dispatch the RTMC to work with the local investigators, and so we worked with KwaZulu-Natal's RTI and the SEPs, and the preliminary finding is that the accident is as a result of driver fatigue on the part of the driver of the tow truck, which rammed into the vehicle that was ferrying the congregants here. There's been no finding of mechanical or technical faults on either of the vehicles. It is as a result of driver fatigue and an inability to respond in real time to be able to deal with what was happening.
Meanwhile, KZN Transport's MEC says overloading of passengers is also a serious issue in the province.
Churchgoers, whenever they do night vigils, pilgrimage or other covenant meetings, they must be mindful of the issue of overloading. It is also creating a lot of havoc, fatalities in some instances. It's become very cumbersome when they've lost the last one, and in some instances it will be like the government should be blamed.
As some families demand justice for their slain family members, Hlengwa says authorities will get to the bottom of the real cause of the crash.
If you look at the fact that the vehicle is prescribed to ferry 3 persons, so those are all the things that the investigation must now take forward. On the part of the driver of the tow truck, a similar outlook must prevail in that we've done an investigation, we've got preliminary findings. It should be sufficient basis for the purposes of consequence management, a successful prosecution.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Phila Mthembu in Mtubatuba.